Welcome to Equal Entertainment. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. The late night talk shows will soon have their only female host. Comedian Taylor Tomlinson will replace James Corden at The Late Late Show on CBS. Tomlinson is also changing the name of the show to After Midnight. She will follow The Late Show with Stephen Colbert beginning early next year. James Corden left the show back in April, just before the writers and actors strikes. Tomlinson is a successful stand-up comic with 2 Netflix specials. Britney Spears has another hit on her hands. This time, it's her memoir, The Woman in Me. Publisher Gallery Books says the book sold more than 1 million copies in its first week. The New York Times, USA Today, and the indie booksellers have already named it a bestseller. The audiobook has become the fastest-selling audio product in the publisher's history. It's narrated by actress Michelle Williams. The Woman in Me recounts the highs and lows of Spears' life, including her conservatorship battle and her family struggles. Britney Spears' childhood home is on the market. The Kentwood, Louisiana property has been listed for $1.2 million. The home has 2,300 square feet of living space. The listing calls it a piece of pop culture history. It features Spears' original dance studio and home furnishings. The house last sold for $275,000 in 2021. Out Magazine is honoring this year's most impactful and influential LGBTQ+ people with the Out 100. Diego Lavalle Cevallo Garzon is a former boxer, and he's packing a punch filled with love and acceptance. His Chicago-based gym is a safe place for queer people to get fit and to train with pride.
My gym the gym that I started, it's something very personal for myself. I grew up in a very hyper masculine home. With It was 8 of us in the house. Grew up boxing. Started competing when I was 8, up until I was about 19. And I seen how our community was treated in these types of environments and these types of sports. So I wanted to create a space where people like myself who are athletes in a more hyper masculine sport or in something that's a little bit more, as people call it, violent, but I still see it as a sport. But I wanted us to have a space where we can go and train and not be ridiculed, one put down. And the experiences that I experienced, I just didn't want my community to have to go through what I went through. So that's a big reason behind why.
For exclusive behind-the-scenes video and to learn more about the 100 most impactful and influential LGBTQ+ people being honored this year, go to out.com. Sign up for email alerts and be the first to know. The pop opera group Il Divo is ready to make music again with a new member. Longtime member Carlos Marlin died of COVID in 2021. Now they'll continue making hits with Stephen LaBrie, a queer Mexican-American vocalist. I connected with LaBrie to learn more about him and Il Divo's new holiday album. Did you talk about your kind of earliest memories or recollections of Il Divo?
Yeah, so actually, just around that same time that I started taking lessons was when I was like 15 or so. I was walking in a bookstore, Barnes and Noble, and I went to the CD section, and I saw these 4 guys with this Italian name, Il Divo, and I picked up the CD and I was like, "What is this?" So I put on the headphones that were attached to the CD stand, and I listened to like little samples of it. And of course, like I fell in love with the music. I fell in love with the singing, and it was such a unique thing at the time to have this classical crossover genre of these like 4 men singing in such a virile way. Some pop songs, some originals, some covers, and and so I remember that. And about 10 years ago, I did a concert in St. Bart's in the Caribbean with David Miller. And his wife, Sarah Joy, and we became friends. And then I actually went to a couple Il Divo concerts that year. That was like 10 years ago. It's like 2013. And I met all the guys backstage. Of course, words and said, don't remember. But but I did. It happened. And then I re-met them last year, 2022, when we started working together. When I joined as a special guest, and now here I am as a full member.
Yeah. Would you talk a little bit more about the process of becoming a full member? I know that you had been a special guest, and sadly they lost Carlos in I think it was 2021 to COVID. But would you talk about your kind of journey to becoming a full member of the group?
Yeah, so as you said, in 2021 in December, Carlos had fallen ill, but everyone expected that he would recover, but that it could take some time. So David reached out to me to ask if I would be interested and willing to help them out a bit and go on tour with them for a while Carlos was recovering. And I said, yeah, sure, totally can do that, can help you out. And then sadly, a few days later, so unexpectedly, Carlos passed away. And so it kind of turned into a different scenario, and it was more, okay, we want to memorialize our colleague, our brother, our friend. Can you help us with that? And I thought, yeah, Carlos was such an incredible artist and he left such a hole in the industry and in the hearts of so many people that I thought, what a great opportunity to be able to honor someone in such a special way with, so many people around the world who loved him so much that I said, yeah, okay, sure. I'm happy to help you guys out. And, we all met on Zoom to see if we had kind of like a vibe, the four of us together, and we did. And so then we moved forward with the memorial tour, and we started in the US and went to Japan and South America, and we did a whole month in Spain, and then we traveled around Europe and finished in the UK for Christmas. And it was amazing. I had no idea what to expect at the time. There's a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of emotions in general around the whole scenario, understandably so. And I had no idea what to expect on those first concerts, or in any new territory that we visited. But, the audience embraced me, and, they showed me so much love everywhere we went. And, I'm so appreciative of that. And, I think it just made sense. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Il Divo, and it made sense that there would be an album, that there would be like some new music, and with the support and the love that I was shown by everyone, it just made sense that I would join the group. So the guys asked me, then we started planning the album, and then last month it was just released as news that I was a member. And so here we are. And next year we'll be releasing the 20th anniversary album of Il Divo with new music, an original song, some amazing covers. I think everyone's going to love it. Some new interesting sounds, exploring some new soundscapes that haven't been yet explored by the band. And I have the opportunity to carry on the legacy of such an iconic group, with my singing, my voice, and I think it's such a gift. So I'm super honored for that.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you. And you're also the first gay member of the group, and you've traveled internationally, and you talked about just now being embraced internationally. And what does it mean to you to be embraced on this massive platform for all of your identity?
It's amazing, actually, when David was asking me, about if I would come on the tour with them, and I would help out in this way. I actually had a conversation with him privately, because I had met the guys, and we were like, okay, sure, let's do this. And I said, I talked to David on the phone. I said, I'm curious to know, like, about the whole gay thing. What do you guys think about the gay thing? And he was like, oh no, everyone just loves your singing. We just think you're an amazing singer, and we just that's kind of like all there is to it. And I just loved that. I just loved this idea that, like, there's this part of who I am, that is just intrinsic in my nature, and it's not even a consideration in like who should be on this journey with us. It's, oh, we love you and your singing and your gift and what you're able to bring and your personality, and and I think that instead of showing how we're different, it shows how we're the same.
You can watch the Advocate channel live by downloading our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the Advocate channel, I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist, and thank you for watching.